Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's noon in Denver.
Yeah, and before you know it, it'll be Friday at 2 p.m. and we'll be right back here the way things are moving. But,
How did the Broncos do?
They did pretty bad, actually. I just tuned in the last quarter, and they did everything you can do wrong uh, in front of an old home team to your new quarterback, right? So
Who
they
was
didn't.
the?
They did. What's that?
The quarterback was the Seattle.
Yeah. Now they played in Seattle. Russell Wilson,
Okay.
and they paid him a boatload of money. Anyways, last thing, yes, it was fourth down, 5 yards to go for a first down, 40 seconds left. They got 3 timeouts, and they choose to go for a 64-yard field goal instead of giving it to their star quarterback to get a first down with 5 yards.
How much were they down by?
1 point.
They tried this. How much time left?
40 seconds.
And 3 timeouts?
2 or 3 and 40 seconds, yeah. And they're at the 40-yard line of the other team or whatever it is to make it a
64-yard field goal instead of giving the guy that got all the money. And he missed?
He missed actually a little bit to the left. It had the distance, actually. It just didn't make it. But the point is that whole airplane ride had to be a disaster. Brand new rookie coach who's taken your star guy out to make the game happen, who made some. Anyways, we're going to, this will be Bronco Tank before we know it.
Bronco Tank. Well, the only thing worse than that is Jet Tank. Gary Vaynerchuk wouldn't want to talk anything about what happened with the Jet game. That was
well, maybe until he's an owner, they'll never win. Maybe they should give him a piece just to change the luck.
Yeah.
And I'd love to have him as shareholder. I mean, he'd build a jet brand higher than anybody. So with that said, as you can see, me and Mike are great talkers, talk about anything all the time. And today we're going to talk about goals, because I think that's what we just proved, how you can get off track. Could be entertaining, could be exciting, could be worthwhile, but it's not part of your goal, right? So our goal is to have you take a solid takeaway and really get to work. You know, this program is meant for people who want to go to work but don't know how, or need some support or some insight, and that'll make it happen. And that's what we're here for. And that's what LinkTank, we got a mastermind group, meets every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Wonderful people, networking, knowledge sharing, great thing. Look us up. With that said, we're going to focus on developing a goal or optimizing the goal you have. Mike's got a wonderful presentation on real, proven, everyday strategy that he's going to share with you that would cost you lots of money if you had to travel and see it in person. So anyways, Mike, give them all the value you got.
Yeah. But just before we get into the screen share, the objective needs to be in online education, we call it backward course design. In other words, starting with the end in mind, you want for the learner to clearly understand and be able to articulate their outcome. And then from there, you go backwards until you've crafted an outline of what the course is so that they achieve the outcome. And that's a big problem with most online courses. They're not created by instructional design or curriculum design people. Kajabi is a wonderful platform. It's a unicorn, but everyone throws a course up there. And it's not how cognitively people learn. I mean, because this is a science. There's PhDs and masters in curriculum design. Well, there's also this same philosophy in terms of what do you want to get out of your energy and time that you spend on LinkedIn. And yeah, it's easy to get distracted. You know, Don and I have objectives, and I also find myself, on LinkedIn, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, kind of just down this rabbit hole, mostly trying to understand why people are, choosing to do things they're doing. It is, from my perspective, valuable because it enhances what I can do with our clients on LinkedIn. But at the end of the day, it's kind of bullshit because it's not, directly attached to an objective. So most people that Don and I work with don't have unlimited time. They're business owners or corporate executives or sales members, sales teams, busy. Everyone's busy. So if you're going to spend your 10, 20, 30 minutes or an hour or more on LinkedIn, then associate to an objective. Speaking from my perspective, my objective is to teach online on LinkedIn, get people to either know, like, or trust me or dislike me. So I definitely want to have the people that don't like me go someplace else. There's plenty of people out there. But the ones that do like me, be able to learn and I would say get more. So this is sometimes classified as what we call top of funnel. So you have top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel is mostly people that never heard of you. How do they get into your world? Middle of funnel is mostly how do you nurture them so they learn more. And then the bottom of the funnel is the activities that move towards a sale. So, LinkedIn gives you so many opportunities in all three of those bands. But right now, what I want to show is from my objective, I'm looking to educate people and then bring them into the top of the funnel. And from the top of the funnel, then I'm deploying some other sophisticated strategies we're not going to get into. So let me just take us here. This is, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this or not, but this is my homepage. Don and I are live. So if you go to Don's homepage, you go to LinkedIn, and you go to Don, LinkedIn, it's pretty amazing. They turn the top of your homepage into a billboard. Here we
Yeah, but
are.
you know what's so cool about it? Anybody who's visiting your profile now can join your video.
Yeah,
Because it actually says join now. So that's one more attraction to LinkedIn Live.
yeah. So this is Don's, and there we are. And then yeah, this is mine. We just bumped up the number of people watching LinkedIn Live, Don.
Yeah, well, I think that what I want to share before Mike gets into what he's talking about is me and Mike work this every day, and we work with some of the greatest people on LinkedIn. And I believe, and without patting ourselves on the back, we're expert appraisers of what someone's doing in relationship to optimizing what they could be doing, right? So if we look at somebody, and we've done it in minutes with so many people, is really taking the opportunity to join with people who already have the answers to the puzzle you're looking for, right? And I think Mike just created over time what you'll see soon is an ideal strategy that's ironclad. So, anyways, Mike, just wanted to build that into it.
Perfect. So yeah, so I mean, while we're here, so we might as well look at some of the things that are going to be top of the funnel that'll work for you. So LinkedIn give you this link now. So
Mhm.
on this link, join LinkTank, and then when you click this, let's see, I'll open it in a new tab so we can keep going. But just to show you, this would be a opportunity for people to learn about our monthly membership. So take action
Mhm.
before the timer hits zero. Want to establish yourself as a thought leader and make more money on LinkedIn? Please read on. And so this gives people the opportunity to take the next step. And you'll see from the desk of Don and Mike, dear friend. And then we have a video here that plays that will talk to them about the opportunity. And then you see that this page goes on and on and on. And the reason why this page goes on and on and on is because this page is top of funnel. So people
Mhm.
might see Don or see myself or see us in a post and then it'll end up on the profile. And then from there, they'll go here. But this is not meant for Don and I to sell this program on a one on one consultation. There's a huge distinction in terms of what the activities you take, depending on the price point and what you're prepared. So you'll see that this keeps going. By the way, this number is now over 265 million views. and it just keeps going. The LinkTank Weekly Life Coaching Mastermind Program. It's going to tell you what you get. And here are just a small list of some of the things that Don and I talk about, right, Don?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just keeps going and going, and then it basically tells you the pricing. And then we also have bonuses in here. So this is bonus number one, which is 18 steps, the ultimate lead magnet, the octopus strategy, Pixar Square, definitive guide, leading. So that's bonus one. Two is basically a $5,000 boot camp that I did that you get access to.
Hmm.
Then you get the backlog of our mastermind calls. This is another course that you get access to. And then bonus bucks at 20 every month, accumulate $25 to be used towards another program that Don and I have, and also one-on-one coaching. So then we get down to, okay, that's what you get. This is a list of everything with the bonuses and then what the offer is. And here you can see that we're doing this at an amazing first mover. All the initial people can come into the program at $47 a month.
Hmm.
And then from here, of course, it gives you the order form. And then a bunch of raving fans. And so this is an activity that takes place. So one objective is to make LinkedIn work for me 24/7, 365. And as you know, here you can make and point this to anywhere. So this is an important piece of the puzzle. Don, you change those up quite frequently, right?
Yeah, I'm always changing things around. I'm a firm believer in keeping everything aligned. So whatever you're promoting, where it should be aligned with your profile because that's the first place people are going to view you, right? And it's good to know it's synchronized in that way. And Mike's right. When you look at it, LinkedIn does everything but your voice, right? It takes care of all the stuff really at no charge. All you got to do is bring yourself to it in a way that brings tremendous value to whoever's listening to it, right?
Yeah,
That's the key.
yeah.
Relevancy.
And then going back to objectives, people, frequently ask me about this. And, I have 14,132 followers, but it's actually not an objective of mine. By default, it's going to grow. And it grows because we get pushed out there. I mean, this number, if you look at 10,588, that is the post number for the last 7 days. But if you look at 365 days, should be well over 2 million in the last year, over 2 million impressions. So you're going to get your growth in the number of people following you, but it's not a core objective.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might have a different reason to say, okay, I'm totally fixed on growing this. Then you would do things a lot different than me. You would constantly be trying to get people to connect or follow. And I actually really don't, because it's organic that they will. When we do outbound, we're doing it, cold, manual outbound, 20 a day, saying, hey, I've looked at your post, and I'm impressed by this. It's very personalized, and say I love you in my network. And then, of course, we are looking to connect, but it's not just trying to grow followers. Is not a big objective.
Mm-hmm.
Done. And
Well, it really comes down to relevancy. I've got 37,000 connections. And there's value to connections if you have a strategy that leverages them. But when it really gets down to it, I've got about 300 real trusted relationships out of that. And even that is way more than I can take advantage of, right? If you find 4 or 5 really strong collaborators who have really good influence and are good collaborators, you got more opportunity than you'll ever take advantage of. And I think that's where goal setting comes in. Is it, you're dealing with 810 million people on LinkedIn, and all you want is a handful of what you want as a client target audience, right? So if you want 5, go after one at a time, right? One a month would be fine. In 5 months, you'd have them. and you don't get involved with the noise. But here's the beauty of it. Your goal can be more defined, more specific, and easier to understand and appreciate by the listener, right? If you don't get the message, how are they going to get it? It ain't a
Very
mystery,
true.
you
Very
know?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to check.
Creator mode. Yeah, that's absolutely a
Yeah, it's
value.
so weird. Yeah, I still haven't gotten that
Me,
last
me, me neither.
feature. There, the reason why I checked is Don and I were laughing because a bunch of our students have a fourth feature here that says
Follow me.
LinkedIn button that you can put on your website, but we haven't gotten that. That's how LinkedIn works. They roll out something slowly over time. So here you have your real estate. You have
Mm-hmm.
your opportunity here for top of funnel to get people to do something.
Mm-hmm.
My really strong area is the featured section. And the
Mm-hmm.
featured section you see here, you can see I've got, there's 9 downloads here.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all outrageous documents that I give away for free. And the I don't want to get too into the weeds here, but the bottom line is if you know what you're doing from a digital marketing perspective, then all of this can be manufactured with what we call UTM codes, which are codes that end up on the back end of a link that then gets sucked in and populated into your CRM. So you can actually measure who's coming from what. So
Mm-hmm.
when people click 18 steps and they then opt in to get this and they come into my system, I know that they clicked my LinkedIn profile, they clicked 18 steps to come in. Another client could come into my system and I know that they came in using this polls PDF, or they came in using the winning call to action or know your ideal customer PDF. The bottom line is that's like next level stuff. But here I would assume that everyone has at least one document that you can give away. And when you put it here and someone clicks it, then LinkedIn's going to say, hey, they're going to take you off LinkedIn, which is fine. And LinkedIn's being weird, which it can do. Maybe it doesn't like the screen sharing. Yeah. Let me try stop sharing the screen for a second and then do it again. Yeah. I don't know. That's what happens with LinkedIn. Don, maybe you can go there. See if it works on yours.
Okay, let me go. So see if yours works on mine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just an odd thing.
Okay.
Happens with LinkedIn. So, well, Don's team will work on his. Well, what happens is you click and then you go to a landing page and it says, here, get this 18 steps. You put your first name and email in, you hit enter, you get immediate access. And I actually even give more because what I'm sharing and providing is also it's a free training on the 18 steps along with the ability to download it and an
Okay,
application.
I've got it. So let me share my screen now, huh?
Yeah. So weird.
Okay. Yeah, see here.
Okay. Yeah. And so if you hit the view,
Okay.
this is going to the Octopus strategy. Anything happening?
Um, yeah, I've got it on my screen.
Oh, we don't see it.
Hmm. Okay.
Maybe try stopping and sharing again.
Yeah, okay. Then share again. Okay. So share. Can you see it now?
Yeah. No, hit the view button.
Can you see that?
No, I still see the where the view button is.
Okay. Let me stop sharing and I'll reshare that other screen then.
Anyway, if you're watching this, you can go to my profile and hit it, and you'll experience.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes, yes. So this is just click on back on the page. The pop up will no, just click the X button there.
No. Because I got to share another page. Every time I click, it takes me to a different page.
Oh no, just can't hit the X on this form.
If I do, it'll be on a different page when I hit it when it's in front of me.
All right, well, this is odd. Anyway, the bottom line, it goes to this page here. You can put your email in, and then what will happen automatically, it will send it to you. And then from there, you'll be opted in and then get nurtured. I don't know. Now it seems to be working. Hold on a second. Very odd, these things. So, anyway, you click view, and then it takes you to the page here. You can see up in the menu at the top, this whole section here, what I was describing before, is our UTM code. So UTM campaign equals LinkedIn inbound. The medium is a PDF. The source is LinkedIn featured. The term is Mike Weiss, LinkedIn, and it's the LinkedIn content equals 18 steps PDF. So that goes into the system. This is the landing page. So you're basically delivering on the promise. It's top of funnel. So, maybe it is a little longer than someone that would be driving traffic, like, a Google ad, because someone's looking for a solution to a problem. So you just can have them click and then take it. But in any case here, you've got all your social proof. So this runs 24/7, 365. You put your data in here, and then you hit instant access, takes you to the thank you page, and at which point you deliver on what you give. So this is a 18-minute video that runs
Hey there, it's
a little unexpected training bonus. This is the book that they can download, and then here, if you want to apply for a strategy session, you can apply and then go through this, and you'll get, if you qualify, you'll get access to book an appointment. So now imagine that your LinkedIn is open 24/7, 365. You are producing content, and your activity, your goal is to, teach and get people to come in the top of funnel so you can continue to teach more, get them to know, like, and trust you. And then from there, your next activity is to communicate and book an appointment. So when you do these activities right, then you'll end up with messages. Like, I don't know, getting hit up with a lot of messages, which is good. You go to the messages tab, and then you can see here that this is done. But these are all messages that are going on throughout the day of us going back and forth, trying to add more value and book an appointment. So that's like the full circle.
Yeah, I hope that clarifies a lot for people, because it shows you how strategy can go from very simple and basic to extremely advanced and nuanced, right? But the key is learning the basics, doing the blocking and tackling, not getting ahead of yourself, because you need to almost stair step this. You can't go from first step to 12th as far as knowledge. You can go there as far as activity, right? And you could outpace the crowd. And, another thing that I've learned this week is what the value you have is the people you've acquired and engaged. That's the bottom line, right? That's what you do every day. You connect, try to have conversations. Hopefully, it leads to a collaboration. But here's the thing: when you're promoting what you're doing, or even promoting what you're doing for them and nothing for you, if you're over serving in the beginning and sampling and just getting people to know, like, and trust you, is you only have what you have, which is pretty basic and makes sense. But what you've been doing with them is trading value, right? Pleasantries, having conversations. Where the big value is leverage on LinkedIn, whether it's traffic or whether it's opportunity. So referrals are a huge opportunity to leverage your group when you see real value and be able to be a third party validator, right, for what you're promoting, but also have more to offer, which creates more conversations, right? Just thinking about, you got a mastermind group just started. Love to have you attend, right? If you got 150 of those who you've been having 20, 30 conversations, this is a natural opportunity versus, hey, I just upgraded my program, taking 30% off this week. What do you think? Right? At that point, you just blew everything you started with. So the point is, the plan should be is to get you in front of people so that you can create and share the most value possible. Me and Mike always talk about people holding back, hiding their stuff, protecting their stuff, being the worst kept secret on
No,
LinkedIn.
they're being their own best kept secret.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about, and what me and Mike discovered through what Gary Vee said is, no, if you gave people the keys to the castle, 95% of the people will look at them and throw them on the ground, right? So you can never worry about giving too much value. What you worry about is people not digesting the value you give them. And by having a goal, having a plan, which is people, that's your whole thing. Get the right people, do the right things by them, and then together you'll do better things together. That's a simple 1, 2, 3. So, I think the takeaway is not to keep reaching for more when you already got enough, and you're not taking care of what you got. So why would you want to do more that you're not going to take care of? It's a hope and a wish versus a plan. And that's the strategy today. Have a goal.
Yeah, I'll give a little, just a little wrap up. You bring up a great point. Like, if you're going to focus on building your email list, which most people are in business should do that, and you got 5,000 and 10,000 and 20,000 and 50,000 people on your email list, and you don't email the list, and all your activity is spent on top of funnel, which is advertising to get more people and get more people in the list, but you're not doing anything with the list, then it's all for naught, because it's not about building a big list. It's not even about a big list. It's about having the right people in your realm that are engaged with who you are and what you're doing. So to the extent that what Don was sharing, if you have 1,000 people on LinkedIn, or 5,000 or 10,000, most of the people certainly I'm speaking to and Don's speaking to, they're not actually doing anything with what they have, which is really the point Don was making. And so, as my final sign off for today is, the objective is to make a goal of what you want to have happen with LinkedIn, and then the whole concept with the backward course design, same thing. This is my objective, and in order to meet that objective, these are the activities and the actions I need to take. And then the thing that nobody does that everyone should do is, if you're going to do those activities, then measure them, because this is not an arbitrary process on LinkedIn. It's a scientific, and what that means is that you can measure your results and you can optimize and tweak. That's what science is. Do an experiment, see the results, tweak something, do an experiment, see the results, do that over and over until you've come up with something that is going to be useful. And look, this is the greatest opportunity for businesses right now on LinkedIn, because that's what we have. We've got this opportunity. LinkedIn's giving it to us. Thank you, Microsoft and LinkedIn. And make a plan, stick to a plan, work the plan, measure the plan, and then hit your objectives. That's it for me, Don.
Yeah, I think you covered it and wrapped it up as well as anyone could. So I'm not going to add too much more to it. But I do believe the game is between you and yourself. And when people can get out of their own way and really just focus with a couple questions, which is why am I going to take this action? You know what I mean? Until you get a goal, you got to figure, okay, I'm going to do this post in 2 seconds. Why am I doing this? And why am I doing this post? Right? Because then you can justify your action before you take it, give yourself a chance to say, hey, I want to get this today. I mean, just like if you're going shopping, you go shopping, you want to get something, but you got to have currency. You got to have value to exchange, be valuable and figure out what you want. And I think that's really the start of the plan. So I want to thank everybody for coming on. Share this. What I found about LinkedIn, the highest honor and compliment you can give somebody is sharing their stuff, right?
Yes.
Commenting's nice, liking's kind of like a hi, how do you do as I'm walking by. But sharing is really saying I want to share this with my network because I think it brings value, and anything I bring to the network with value makes me more valuable to the network. You see, it's all
Spread,
reciprocal.
you're going to spread the love.
Yeah, for sure. That's the key. See, Mike has a knack for wearing the perfect hat for the message of the day. So with that, I'll sign off too.
See you Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. LinkTank, we're doing it. I hope you had one actionable idea you can take away. Do it. Look at the link right below here, right below
Yeah,
me.
that's
Go
where
on
all
that
the
page.
all the future success begins.
Yep.
So be there or be square. See you Friday.
Thanks.